Stop walking for a second. Look around you. What do you actually see? Millions of people running, connecting, talking, staring down at the blue light of their screens. We are living in a world that seems terrified of silence, a world that has whispered into our ears since the day we were born. If you are not connected, you do not exist. If you are not seen, you are a ghost. Society has built an invisible cage, locking us inside with a single, paralyzing fear, the fear of being alone. Imagine this. You walk into a fancy restaurant tonight and sit at a table, by yourself. How would people look at you? Their eyes would likely be filled with pity. Poor thing, does he have no friends? Is she heartbroken? Society has deeply programmed our brains to believe that solitude equals failure. Walking alone is interpreted as being rejected. It means you are the leftover piece that nobody wanted. And because of this stigma of isolation, we run. We run like madmen, not from monsters, but from ourselves. The moment we are alone for more than 5 seconds, the moment silence starts to creep in, we get anxious. Our hands shake. We reach for our smartphones like an addict reaching for a fix. We scroll mindlessly. We watch meaningless videos. We force noise into our ears just to fill the void. Why are we so afraid of the quiet? The answer is painful. We are afraid of what might surface in the silence. We fear our own thoughts. We fear the truth we suppress with busyness. We are terrified to look into the mirror and meet the stranger staring back, the person without the social mask. Blaise Pascal, the great philosopher, once said, "All of humanity's problems stem from man's inability to sit quietly in a room alone." We wage wars, we destroy the planet, just so we don't have to face the emptiness inside. Evolutionarily speaking, it's not entirely your fault. 100,000 years ago, humans were pack animals. Back then, being alone meant death. If you were cast out of the tribe, you starved, you froze, or a Sanas tiger ate you. So your reptilian brain evolved to scream stress signals whenever you drifted away. It floods you with fear chemicals, shouting, "Go back, you're in danger, you're gonna die." But please, open your eyes, look at the reality of today. There are no saber-toothed tigers anymore. Eating alone in a mall won't kill you. Walking home alone doesn't mean you're prey. The real danger in the modern age isn't hiding in the forest or in solitude. It is hiding in the crowd. The most terrifying danger is losing your own soul, cutting off pieces of yourself just to fit into society's puzzle. We confuse loneliness with solitude. They look the same, but they are opposites. Loneliness is the pain of being alone, the desperate need for someone to fill you up. Solitude is the glory of being alone, the state of being full with yourself. It is choosing to be apart to discover something greater. And until you dare to turn your back on the noise, until you dare to take that first walk alone, you will never meet the best friend you will ever have, yourself. When you finally gather the courage to take that first step alone, I won't lie to you. At first, it won't be beautiful like in the movies. It will be painful. It will be uncomfortable. The silence will scream at you. You will feel like an addict going through withdrawal, social withdrawal. It will make you restless. Your hands will shake. You'll want to check your phone every 2 minutes. You'll want to call anyone just to escape this emptiness. But listen to me. This is the first test. If you can endure this chaos, if you are brave enough to stare into the eyes of boredom without looking away, the real magic will begin. When the noise of the outside world finally fades, a voice that has been buried for decades will start to speak. That is your own inner voice. You will hear your own thoughts for the very first time. Not the thoughts your parents fed you, not the thoughts your boss drilled into you, and not the thoughts you copied from social media, but the deep, raw desires of your soul. You will start asking questions you never dared to ask. Am I truly happy? Is this job what I love, or just what others say is good? What do I actually want from this life? Walking alone is the ultimate soul detox. It is more powerful than any meditation retreat. It is the process of peeling away the masks you created to please others, layer by layer. The mask of the good child, the mask of the perfect employee, the mask of the funny friend, the mask of the sacrificer. When there are no eyes watching you, you no longer need to perform. You can release the heavy chains and return to your true nature. A lightness you have never felt before will rush in to replace the anxiety. And what follows is power. Not power over others, but power over yourself. You will discover that true confidence doesn't come from having 1,000 likes on your photo. It doesn't come from fake compliments. It comes from knowing deep in your heart that I am enough. I can be happy on my own. I can laugh without waiting for a joke. I can cry without waiting for a shoulder. You transform from someone who is needy into someone who is whole. Nikola Tesla, the genius who invented the future, once said, "Be alone. That is the secret of invention. Be alone. That is when ideas are born." History was never written by those who followed the crowd. Great ideas, world-class art, profound philosophy, they never happened in a noisy bar. They happened in the silence of a lonely room. They happened in the wild, uninhabited mountains. Creativity needs space to grow, and solitude is the best fertilizer. When you stop chasing others, you start leading. When you stop trying to be someone in their eyes, you become yourself completely. And the greatest reward of walking alone is that you don't become smarter or stronger. It is that you become best friends with yourself. Once you can love and respect the person in the mirror, you will never know the word lonely again. No matter where you go, you will always have yourself as the best traveling companion. Many people misunderstand. They think walking alone means running away to become a monk or cutting off the world to live like a hermit in a cave. No, that is not our goal. The purpose of isolation is not to escape the world forever, but to step back to regain your footing so you can return to the world stronger than before. Nietzsche, the German philosopher, once compared this transformation to a metamorphosis. Those who endure solitude return with the eyes of a lion, not the eyes of a sheep. You come back with the power to define your own life without waiting for orders from anyone. When you re-enter society after spending time with yourself, you will find that your immunity has skyrocketed. The gossip and judgment that used to hurt you now become mere background noise, annoying but harmless. Peer pressure, societal expectations, these things can no longer shake you. Why? Because you know your own value. You no longer need external validation to fill the black hole in your heart, because that hole has already been filled to the brim with the respect you have for yourself. And here is the most beautiful paradox. The person who is comfortable being alone is the most attractive person in the room and the one capable of the deepest love. Why? Because the love of someone who cannot be alone is parasitic. It clings. It sucks energy from others to survive. But the love of someone who walks alone is generous. You don't enter a relationship because you lack, but because you want to share your overflowing happiness with someone else. It is a love that is pure, free, and powerful. People will be unconsciously drawn to you. In a world where everyone is starving for attention, screaming to be heard, and running around like madmen, the calm person is the most powerful magnet. Your stillness becomes a sanctuary for others. You become a steady pillar in the middle of a storm. You are not separated from the world, but you are in the world without being consumed by it.
You have better relationships. You understand people better, because once you deeply understand yourself, you understand every human being on earth. So, this weekend, or even this evening, try it. Put your phone down. Say no to that party you don't actually want to go to, and try taking yourself on a date. Go for a walk in the park alone. Sit in a quiet coffee shop alone, or just sit in your room in the dark. Don't look at it as pity. Look at it as a reward you are giving to your tired soul. Dare to be different. Dare to separate from the herd of sheep, because on the highest peaks, the path is too narrow to walk in a group. The path to greatness, the path to self-discovery, is a path that must be walked single file. Embrace the solitude. Let it turn you into a legend. Your journey begins with the first step, and that step, you must take it yourself.